Downey Jr., after a 5-year break, is returning to Marvel, but before he did that, he actually turned down Ryan Reynolds.
All right, you guys, so Ryan Reynolds obviously has to be deported back to Canada. Once again, this is a way for the left and the right to come together, because no matter where you stand on the topic of mass deportations of illegals, we can now all agree that the moral crimes committed here by Ryan Reynolds against Justin Baldoni have amounted to high treason.
So Robert Downey Jr. just made it clear he's not interested in working with Ryan Reynolds. Why? Because Ryan and Blake tried to set him up just like Justin Baldoni. According to the streets, Ryan approached RDJ for a cameo, but RDJ saw through the lies and managed to avoid getting himself into a dangerous situation. And well, it looks like the recent revelations about Hollywood's golden couple might have something to do with it. See, with Justin airing the truth about Ryan and Blake, other celebrities are joining the line as well, taking turns exposing the pair. Even Martha Stewart had something to say about Ryan as well.
We asked Built members what celebrities would be the most fun to hang out with.
He's probably on the list just because he covers himself up in his movies and you don't see his face. Ryan Reynolds, is he one of those? And you want to know something? He's not so funny in real life. Really?
And now with RDJ joining Team Justin, it looks like Ryan and Blake are really done for. Just what did RDJ say? And does he know something the rest of us don't? Let's find out. So it looks like Robert Downey Jr. is Team Justin as well. According to the latest reports, back when Ryan was drawing up the list of actors who could make a cameo in Deadpool 3, he approached RDJ as well. And honestly, that makes sense because it doesn't get bigger than RDJ. Screenwriters Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick told People, "We had wanted him to do a cameo. We had written that scene to start with Happy and Downey." And so Ryan pulled out all the stops to get RDJ to agree to the cameo. He even read out the script to him, but guess what? RDJ turned it down.
Robert Downey Jr., after a 5-year break, is returning to Marvel, but before he did that, he actually turned down Ryan Reynolds. Making the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, Hugh Jackman told Ryan Reynolds in 2021 he'd return as Wolverine after saying 4 years earlier he'd never come back doing the movie Logan. It was one of the most cameo-filled movies in history, where 45 different actors from both the MCU and the Fox universe returned for Deadpool and Wolverine. But one actor Ryan Reynolds asked to return for Deadpool and Wolverine was Robert Downey Jr., saying he wanted him to share a scene with Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau does actually have a very big scene in the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, but that scene was originally written with Robert Downey Jr. taking the main stage and Jon Favreau only being a small part of it. He even wrote the scene in 2018 just so it would make sense for Robert Downey Jr.'s character to be in there, because it does take place before the events of Avengers Infinity War. When Ryan Reynolds approached Robert Downey Jr. with the script, he said he was completely shocked he got an instant no. The reason was Robert Downey Jr. was already in talks to return as Dr. Doom, but he couldn't tell Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds said he didn't know about that until it was revealed, but now is happy for him and said he wants to fight him in Secret Wars.
According to Wernick, Ryan gave him the hard press. "We wrote scenes and Downey read the scenes, but what we didn't know behind the scenes was this Dr. Doom thing." But honestly, fans are not buying that excuse. See, the last couple of months have been eye-opening when it comes to Ryan Reynolds. And the cold hard truth is that he's just not the nice guy he pretends to be. Don't believe it? Well, you might want to hear out Candace Owens. She met up with a source who revealed that Ryan's actually the one who got this entire Blake and Justin mess started in the first place.
Candace Owens posted to her story saying she spoke to a source that claims Ryan Reynolds is the problem. She said the tip came from someone who allegedly worked on the set and said lately everyone is bashing Blake Lively, but apparently the true villain of the saga is Ryan. This person is alleging that everything started when Ryan Reynolds decided to stroll onto the movie set one day and review the dailies. This is an industry term for all the footage that they filmed for the day. And he also decided to take a look at the script, and between the two, something allegedly set him off. This person claims that the production assistants then overheard Ryan and Blake having an argument in her trailer. Ryan Reynolds started being on the set on a regular basis as if he were her chaperone, and that is when he started inserting himself into the actual production, including writing lines. And then she says the next part was alleged in their lawsuits that Ryan and Blake, perhaps in response to her husband's anger, began inserting themselves in the effort to change lines and change scenes. And of course, the allegation that Ryan Reynolds was making fun of Justin Baldoni in his movie when he played the character Nice Pool. And we did hear this, I believe, from Justin's lawsuit, but correct me if I'm wrong, but she also says that allegedly Ryan presented an ultimatum to WME, the biggest talent agency in Hollywood, whose client roster include everyone from Taylor Swift to Justin Baldoni. Basically saying that it's us or him. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is what Justin Baldoni also alleged. And I think he said it happened either at the premiere of It Ends With Us or the premiere of Deadpool and Wolverine. Obviously, she says we know what happens next. He gets dropped by WME. Wayfarer Studios had effectively been instantly blackballed, persona non grata in Hollywood instantly, and truly they had done nothing wrong but cast a woman into one of their movies with an allegedly very jealous husband. My source says that Justin Baldoni is legitimately a good guy who truly wanted to do this project, but he cares deeply about women issues. And she goes on to give what she she believes. She says, I think Blake was fine with everything in the movie she signed on for, hence not requesting an intimacy coordinator, and then all that changed the day her husband showed up on set and allegedly blew a fuse. She also believes that it was probably him that demanded Justin be put in the basement for the premiere.
And no, Candace is not messing around here because Justin's lawsuit made the same allegations. According to the lawsuit on July 22nd, 2024, Lively, Reynolds, and other members of the film's cast attended the premiere for Deadpool and Wolverine. At the after party, Wayfarer was informed that Reynolds approached a senior executive at WME and expressed his deep disdain for Baldoni, going as far as to suggest that the agency is working with a bleep. And honestly, the fact that Ryan invited these people in the first place is raising all kinds of red flags.
If he wants to go after you, he infests himself into every area of your life. And he did this Justin Baldoni. He's like, who are your friends, okay? Who owns the production company? Who owns the next movie script? I am going to infest myself everywhere. I'm going to be doing your movie premiere. I'm going to be doing promos and making fun of you. Right? I'm gonna put myself in the end credits. Like, this is like psychotic behavior.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg. See, Candace is not the only one exposing Ryan. With the recent drama shaking up the industry, more and more celebs are stepping out of the shadows because what's the point of hiding when the public knows half the truth? There's Martha Stewart for one. She recently said that Ryan is not the funny guy the public thinks he is.
We asked Built members what celebrities would be the most fun to hang out with.
He's probably on the list just because he covers himself up in his movies and you don't see his face. Ryan Reynolds, is he one of those? And you want to know something? He's not so funny in real life.
Really?
No, he's not so funny. He's very serious. No, Taylor, then I would do Snoop, and then I would take Ryan off it, and I would put in somebody else.
I'm so surprised that Ryan Reynolds isn't funny. This is like a shocker to me. I see him
he's a
walking
good
up
actor.
and down our
He can act
neighborhood
funny.
all the time.
He can act funny. But he isn't funny. Maybe he can get to be funny again.
I'm so disappointed, actually.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Now, most folks might think that Martha was simply taking shots at Ryan's sense of humor, but a good part of the internet thinks that Martha hoped people would read between the lines. What she really wanted to say was that Ryan's not the nice guy everyone thinks he is, but a psychopath with control issues. And yes, that seems like a stretch, but before you draw any conclusions, you might want to hear from Ryan's co-stars. Like Morena Baccarin from the first Deadpool movie, she kind of took a back seat in the franchise after the first movie, and it seemed like Ryan's the one responsible. To be fair, Morena didn't outright point fingers at Ryan. She talked about her absence from the sequel, saying, I can understand that people felt that way, and I certainly was disappointed that I didn't have more to do because I just loved the part so much. But in watching the film and reading the script, it felt like such an emotionally pivotal role in the film. And the entire arc of his character in the film is set into motion because of what happens to my character, that it felt that I was very involved in the movie even though I didn't have a lot of scenes. However, insider reports reveal that Ryan actually gave Morena the Justin Baldoni treatment, banning her from attending press events and whatnot.
Breaking news! It's all coming out in the wash. So Blake Lively, what she did to Justin Baldoni, guess what? She learned it from Ryan. Ryan Reynolds did the same thing to Marina, her last name is Baccarin, who also was in Deadpool. You remember when she made Justin Baldoni go sit in the basement with his family for the movie premiere? Ryan Reynolds did the same thing to Marina and her family. He did not allow her to be part of any of the movie's premieres for Deadpool.
The worst part? Morena was actually this close to playing a much bigger role in the franchise. But Ryan didn't agree with that move, so he and the director butted heads about it. However, in the end, Ryan got his way and Morena was banished to the sidelines.
Then I went and dug a little bit more, and the director of Deadpool, Tim Miller, did this interview and said that he left the Deadpool franchise because of Ryan Reynolds. He said it became clear that Ryan wanted to be in control of the franchise. You can work that way as a director quite successfully, but I can't. I don't mind having a debate, but if I can't win, I don't want to play. And I don't think you can negotiate every creative decision. There's too many to make. So Ryan's the face of the franchise. So if he decides that he wants to control it, then he's going to control it. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it does.
And get this, Morena wasn't the only one who had to take a step back from the franchise because of Ryan. Remember TJ Miller? He played Weasel in the first two Deadpool movies, but most of the time he found himself from the outside looking in. And according to him, Ryan Reynolds' attitude had a lot to do with it. Back in 2022, Miller opened up on the Adam Carolla Show podcast, revealing revealing that his experience with Reynolds on set was far from pleasant. He described Reynolds' behavior as unsettling. As the character, he was horrifically mean to me as if I'm a weasel. So he was like, you know what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star, but you do just enough exposition so that it's funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real movie. I would not have done Deadpool 3 if they came to me and were like, we want you to do Deadpool 3, and we're going to pay you twice as much. Now, of course, like most people, the question on Miller's mind was, why would Ryan treat him this way? Well, it turns out that the fame got to his head.
I think after he got super famous from the first Deadpool, then things kind of changed. I think he was like, see, you guys see? And then I think I don't know. I mean, would I work with him again? No.
No.
I would not work with him
that
again.
much vitriol.
But I've said that about Michael Bay, and now we're friends, and I would work with him again. But I think Michael Bay is different. And Michael Bay worked on a movie with Ryan Reynolds also. And so he has a very specific opinion.
That may mirror
of
your
Ryan
own.
Reynolds. And that was a good part of our last conversation with me and Bay. But I sort of wish him well because he's so good at Deadpool. And I think it's weird that he hates me.
Miller also thought that once you peel back the layers, Ryan was just an insecure guy who found gratification in putting down others.
You felt it coming from him.
Everybody did. That's why it was awkward. Everybody was like, why is Ryan doing this? And the other weird thing is like, maybe he got, I think he's kind of an insecure dude. He's really nice, but I mean, his Twitter bio is showing you the parts of me that tested the best in focus groups. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure that he's joking. I think that might actually be his real sentiment there.
And it's not just him. Turns out his wife, Blake Lively, is no different. According to the streets, the actress is a control freak as well. And if you find that hard to believe, just take a look at Anna Kendrick. These two first got together for A Simple Favor in 2018. And recently, they got together again for A Simple Favor 2. But fans have a strong feeling that Anna did not want to work with Blake at all.
Blake, what does it mean to be back with Anna? Oh, it's the best. I'm so happy. Anna, what does it mean to be working with Blake again? We've been talking about you all day. Oh my God. Come on. Get it in selfie mode.
The way Anna avoided the question had fans convinced that she wasn't happy about working with Blake, which is what insider reporters have been saying for a while now as well. Apparently, these two have been clashing behind the scenes. According to one source, there is a gigantic pink elephant in the room that no one is acknowledging. The backlash to the initial promo has been brutal. There are people protesting and refusing to see it. The source also said these movies are basically all Anna and Blake have in common. They have a working relationship, by no means a close friendship or bond. Last-minute talks are underway with executives as Anna would prefer to distance herself from Blake going forward. It was originally planned that the two would do much of the promotion together. That's what the studio requested, and Anna and Blake agreed to it. But Anna could go it alone over fears she will get caught up in the drama. Beyond this, Anna and the others do not anticipate any deep level of involvement. In fact, Anna is prepared to handle the promotion responsibilities alone. She would prefer this because she does not want to have to dodge questions about Blake's lawsuit or have every interview turn into a lively v. Baldoni Q&A session. Although Blake is obligated to promote the film, she retains the autonomy to determine the extent of her involvement beyond SXSW. They are now leaving this up to her to decide. But don't be fooled. Anna's not beefing with Blake because she's bringing too much drama on set. It's because Blake's a control freak just like her husband, who is dead set on trampling everyone around her. See, between the two of them, Anna is the biggest star, so it's only natural that she would get billing over Blake. But according to insider sources, Blake didn't let that happen. And it looks like the reports are true because the poster reveals it all.
I just noticed something, and I don't know if I'm reading too much into it, but I just noticed that for the new A Simple Favor, I've been calling it A Simple Favor 2. It's supposed to be another Simple Favor with starring Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick. When I was looking at it, I noticed, and if you look at the poster, Blake Lively's name is like sitting up higher than Anna Kendrick's, but it's like off to the side up high. It doesn't make any sense. It looks so weird, but it's weird. Anna Kendrick's name is first, but then up higher and to the right of it is Blake Lively's name floating above her. And I looked at, they put out several different posters for this new movie coming out. They announced it's being released May 1st, and it's in all of them. So then I went back and looked at all the A Simple Favor movies previously. Not all of them, one, but the previous one. And it's not like that. It says Anna Kendrick's name first, and then Blake Lively is next. No, I just did a quick search, and Anna Kendrick's movies, the number of movies she's been in, has been 50. Blake Lively, 25. So she's been in half the movies. And gross, Anna Kendrick's movies have made just over $2 billion, and Blake Lively's have made just over $1 billion. Why would her name be up floating higher? I mean, obviously Anna Kendrick's name should be first. She's the bigger star and always has been and always will be now. But then I'm thinking they can try to say it was something artistic, but if you see it, go look at the poster. It makes no sense at all. Was this a demand of Blake Lively that, Anna Kendrick will get her name first, but then Blake circumvents that? And even though Anna Kendrick's name is first, hers is higher?
At the end of the day, Ryan and Blake seem like awful people to work with. So it makes sense why RDJ didn't want to get himself entangled with people like that. But what do you think? Is Ryan's awful behavior the real reason RDJ turned him down? And how are Ryan and Blake going to come back from this? Let us know what you think in the comment section below, and make sure to check out this next video.